Hey, here is my first video. If you hear my kids in the background, sorry. Also, I'm trying to kind of mess with the lighting. I don't know why my face looks like a tomato. So in real life, it's not this red. My eyebrows are kind of red like this normally. Some of my microblading has faded from when I got it done like, I don't know, 2 years ago or something. And due to the pigments that were used, they're not the pigments that I actually use now, but due to the pigments that were used, they are a little red. So I'm trying to kind of play with the lighting. I'm clearly not a YouTuber, so maybe that's a little better. Sort of. Anyways, so some of the videos that were requested, don't I sound like a YouTuber though? Were how to not look so tired. So we're on like day 1,000, I think, of the quarantine. And so I'm just gonna show you how to not look so tired, but quickly, because, you know, kids are screaming in the background, or I don't know, you don't really want to spend a lot of time doing stuff. So this is just a primer. Not everybody likes using primer. I do because I have the biggest pores on the planet. Some of them are sizes of planets. So I have kind of no choice but to use them. I recently have started to use the ones that have kind of a silicone base, but when I had a lot oilier skin, I didn't really like those. Recently, I've been using the e.l.f. the Poreless Putty Primer. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's not expensive at all. It's only $8. Here's my kids. Brian's supposed to be watching them. He is not. Go find Daddy and he can help you, okay? When I had oilier skin, I did not like these. After I had Charlie, my skin got a little drier, more combination. And so I did like the ones that have a little bit of a slip. If you have oilier skin, combination oily skin, and you want some recommendations for other ones, just message me and I can give you some recommendations. This one is supposed to be a dupe for the Tatcha one. I have not used the Tatcha one before, so I can't tell you yes or no whether or not it's a dupe for that. But this routine will be more like a kind of fresh and 15, maybe fresh and 10. If you want to be like fresh and 5, I would say focus on, I would do mascara, I would do a little bit of brows, and then I would do a little bit of concealer, because those are typically the things that I think make the biggest difference in your face. I'm gonna do just a little bit of face makeup just to kind of try to, I do naturally have a little bit of redness in my skin. If you see me look this way, it's just because there's a little mirror here that I can see in. And I should wear glasses, but I don't unless I'm driving. So I actually can't see super far away. So, there's a lot of different foundations that you can buy for your skin type. Some better than others. Some drugstore like foundations are great. Some of them aren't. Some high-end foundations are great. Some of them aren't. I just ordered one of the newer ones that just came out from Ulta. I was having like a add it to the cart kind of moment yesterday. So I bought some things from Ulta yesterday. So those should be here soon, because I want to do kind of a comparison of some like hyped up brow products, some hyped up products that I've seen online. The foundation routine that I have right now that I really like, I think I was messaging somebody about it. Yeah, somebody that I used to work with that I really like, is by a company called Mascara. I don't sell it, for what it's worth. but it is an MLM. However, I like it because it's all cream based. This concealer is actually Maybelline though. It's the, no, there's no label on it anymore. I think it's the Fit Me concealer. I like it though because it's, I don't know, really light. I actually don't do personally the concealer routine that people go like up and down their nose, up and down the bridge of their nose, down their forehead, down their chin. I don't know. I don't have time for that. Like on a normal basis, because normally if I'm getting ready, I don't have time to do all that. So honestly, I don't know why I just put it down my nose. I don't have time for that. Normally, if I have to spot conceal because I have pimples or whatever, then I'll just do a little bit more concealer. And then I will take a bronzer shade and I will just go around my hairline. I don't have like a too big of a forehead. However, if you do, bronzer or a contour shade can kind of help you define that a little bit. I do have quite the double chin though. You'd think I'd do something about it, but I just kind of use makeup to hide it. I mean, as much as I can. If you saw me from the side, there's really no hiding this. But I just put bronzer around my forehead. It'll kind of all blend. It looks a little insane right now, I promise, but. And then I just do, if you're looking for like contour, you can just do a little bit of like a, they say like a 3. I should back up, I look insane. A 3. Nobody wants to see up my nose. I don't know why I do that either. So like, just like this, and you really shouldn't go past right here, like the middle of your eye. The further you drag it in, the more it's gonna snatch in your face, which is great, but you don't wanna go in too far. If you go in too far, it's gonna drag you down, which will make you look kind of saggy, and nobody wants to look saggy. I also tend to get a little heavy-handed myself, so I will take any brush. This is just one of the brushes that comes with that line. Sorry about my kid screaming in the background again. He's supposed to be watching them and he's not. I don't know. But I'll take a brush with like a pointy end. Any brush will do. You could even use like a makeup sponge or whatever. And I'll kind of cut it like this, because I tend to go down a little too far. And the further you go down, the more like it's gonna make you look chubby right here. So you wanna kind of cut it. Now, I actually like to see that on myself, like the line. If you don't like to see that, all you need to do is kind of blend up or not be so heavy-handed. I tend to be a little heavy-handed with it, but I actually don't mind being able to see that. But if you do mind, just don't be as heavy-handed. And then for blush, again, whatever your favorite blush is totally fine. I kind of like to experiment with a bunch of different colors of blushes. I'm not the type of person that picks blush based on the season necessarily, or like what colors I'm wearing or what colors of eyeshadows I'm gonna do. I like all different kinds. So I think today I'll probably do more of a pink one. So if you want some different like blush ideas, send me a message too and I can help you pick that out. So what comes with like a consultation for me with the makeup consultations, I know I was talking about those. Usually, so before you had to like stay in and you couldn't leave your house, is I would ask you kind of a lot of questions about what you like, what you don't like, have you send me pictures of your makeup routine, and then kind of what style you're looking for. And then I would actually go shopping with you to like Ulta. That's my preference because you can get drugstore items too. Because I don't think you have to get like only high-end items. I just think you should go with whatever's in your budget, because I think you can find something for everyone. Sorry, you kind of have to make weird faces. But I would go to Ulta with you, and then we would pick out whatever you needed, and then we would go back to my studio, and then we would kind of walk through the process of putting it on. So I would show you like what it should look like, any different looks. So if you wanted to go day to night, we could work on that. If you just wanted to do like a daytime look, if you want to do just a nighttime look, I would also bring my makeup, like a lot of my makeup, my brushes with me, so that if you didn't have the budget to buy everything, which most people don't, I could bring a lot of my stuff with me, so we could experiment with different things. And then that way, if you said like, oh, I would like to buy that in the future, you totally could, but you would kind of have an idea without having to spend your own money. If you're not in the budget to buy anything currently, like you didn't want to buy any of your makeup, I could just bring all my makeup, but we might need to just buy a foundation if we're not the same color. And we could just do that. Or if you already have foundation and you're happy with it, but you just want to work on eye looks, we could just book for that too. Right now, we would just have to book for like a Skype session or a Zoom session or something like that. So after I have all that applied, again, I kind of don't mind seeing this, but again, that's totally your preference. I spray a setting spray before powder. And I'm not really shy about it. But then I always take a sponge and then kind of set everything in, like kind of push it in, pick up anything that's excess. And this is not wet either. It's not a wet sponge. So I just kind of pounce around any place that I tend to crease. So I usually crease around my nose, under my eyes, and then in these giant parallel lines on my forehead. So that's usually where I have like the biggest issues. And see, like we're only at 12 minutes right now and I'm talking a lot. So this is still like under 15 minutes, or it would be if I was doing it, you know, normally. And then I take loose powder. Typically, the one that I'm using today is a Tarte one, but there's a lot of different ones that I like, drugstore and not drugstore. So again, it's just personal preference right now. This is one of the ones that I'm liking, but I did buy a different one again recently just to try one that I've heard a lot of recommendations about, that I wanted to kind of see what it was like. And I have been, again, just going a lot initially with a smaller brush. This is Real Techniques brush, and it's just their contour brush. It comes in a kit. So like when I work at the preschool with the girls, with my girls, this is kind of what I do every day. And I don't take any more than 15 minutes on it. So I just do that, and then I'll take one that's a little bigger. So this is a crown brush. It doesn't have the name on it, but it's basically just a dual fiber brush. And I will go right here and just, again, try to like emphasize a little bit of the differentiation between my contour line and my face. But I also try to make sure that like I will get shiny in my T-zone. Now, I like to do my brows every day if I'm gonna put on makeup. If I'm not putting on makeup, then I don't mess with it. But if I'm trying to do 15 minutes and under, I think a little brow gel helps everybody if you don't have your brows done. So I need my brows done again desperately. However, I don't have them done right now, and nobody in my industry, for the most part, not in this state anyways, can work. And I don't, at this point, feel comfortable working on myself. There's a lot goes into like how you have to hold the blade and stuff, and frankly, like I'll choose any reason to like lay down and relax because I am at home with kids or working in a preschool with kids all the time. So like getting my hair done or doing something like this would be like one reason that I would love to like just relax and sit down, even if it means having somebody cut into my face. So I would much rather pay someone to do that. So a little brow gel. I right now am using the one by Thrive Cosmetics. I will say, however, I don't love it for what it's worth. My favorite actually is one by Essence, and it's like $2.99. I just reordered that again on Ulta, so I'll have that in a couple days to show you when I do an updated brow routine. And then my favorite eyebrow brush right now, or eyebrow pencil right now, is actually by Joa. You can get it at CVS. You can also get it, I think, on Ulta. I can link it. I use the color Brunette. The only thing I'll caution you about with Brunette pencils sometimes is they tend to be a little red. Like right now this looks a little red because of my lighting, but it's actually not red. I prefer to pencil my eyebrows in all the way. This is just a brow gel and move on. But if you're gonna do it, I prefer to do it versus have it like this. But if I'm trying to be fast, this is what I'm gonna do. The other thing I think you should do if you're trying to look awake but somewhat done without taking a lot of time is put on mascara. Sorry, it's gonna be really loud for a second. Well, kind of loud. Pause, sorry. One thing that I like to do is curl my eyelashes. The trick that I have to curling my eyelashes, and I don't have like, I don't know, like a certain eyelash curler that I love versus another. This one is, I don't know, nameless, I suppose, because I don't see a name on it. I usually have the same one for years and years and years because the new ones, when you buy a new one, they're really stiff. And I feel like I eventually wear them out. Like I like them really flimsy. My trick is to heat it up with a blow dryer. So I heat mine up. So then it's kind of like a curling iron, I guess, for your eyelashes. And then I like to use this primer. I've used different ones. So L'Oreal has one. No, this is L'Oreal. There's another one that I've tried before, but I didn't love it. This one is the L'Oreal Voluminous Base. This one is my favorite. I think it makes a big difference for me. I tend to like more like wet mascaras, or I mean more dry mascaras, and I like them to be really lengthening and really volumizing. So if you need like mascara recommendations, let me know. The one that I currently use that I love, and this is probably my 4th tube of, is by Thrive Cosmetics. It really makes your eyelashes really long. It is volumizing. It's not as volumizing as maybe like the Better Than Sex mascara or the Lash Paradise, but it doesn't transfer on me. Normally before I bought this, I always had to buy a waterproof mascara because my eyelashes are long and all mascaras transfer on me, every single one of them. would transfer up on the top by the end of the day, no matter what. This one does not do that. And I also was never able to wear mascara on my bottom lashes because of the transfer, ever. I mean, never in my life have I been able to do that, because my bottom lashes are also kind of long and they would always, always, always transfer. Now, I will say that this mascara is not cheap. I think it's $30. It does last a long time though. I have used like Lancome maybe once or twice, and I feel like within a month you have to buy a new one, so that's not really worth it to me. This actually lasts a long time, and I saw it at Ulta the last time I was there, so if you're one of those people that needs to, you know, see something in person before you buy it, well, I mean, not right now, you can't, but, you know, eventually when we're allowed to be in person and do things again. But you can also buy it directly from the website. They have a lot of products. I just have only tried this, their eyeliner, and their brow stuff. Again, I didn't love the brow. I don't love the brow stuff, but I have it. But I do really like, their eyeliners are nice. So this is the only mascara I've ever been able to wear on my bottom lashes, ever. So you can see, like, I do get a lot of length out of it, which I love. And then one quick thing that I'll do, I can't find any of my powder bronzers. I don't know where any of them went. I think my kids actually probably broke them. But we'll pretend that this eyeshadow I'm using is a powder bronzer. You can do it with blush too if you have a blush that you like. If you just do like a quick sweep of bronzer on your eyes, you don't have to like get into like eyeshadow palettes and do all that stuff. Just do bronzer or blush. You'll look like you tried. This is a Morphe E13. It's one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes, and they're so cheap. They're like $5 or $7. You can do highlighter if you want. I don't tend to do it every day. For the sake of like doing quick, I won't. And then I don't actually do setting spray at the end, but you can. I usually have a pretty easy time not doing it. And then I wear lip gloss every day just because I have to. It's kind of like the one I normally use is downstairs. So I'll put this on. I always use one called Revlon Supernatural. I'm gonna try to turn these lights down so you can see kind of what I would look like normally. I don't know if that helps at all. Kind of. This looks a little pale on my lips, but more natural than what. I just wear lip gloss. I'm not a lipstick kind of person. But I do think that if you do, I like to wear a lot of blush too. It's usually the first thing that fades on most people, so I feel like if you overdo it on a daily basis, that's okay. Because it will fade usually pretty fast. So I think you can overdo it on blush or bronzer initially, because most likely it's gonna fade by the end of the day the fastest. And so I think it's okay if it's a little darker than you would anticipate right away. So like right now we're at 24 minutes. If I was doing this from start to finish without talking, it would have been 15 minutes or less. So you can see with these products that you can do 15 minutes or less. If you want me to link anything, let me know. I can link the website where I got all the foundation and everything. Let me know if you want a makeup consultation, let me know. And then if there's any other videos that you're looking for, let me know. I would love to do these. Like I said, I used to do weddings. I've done a lot of makeup in the past. I've worked at a salon for 10 years. Obviously, I have my own salon now. and I love to do this stuff. So if you need anything, let me know. I'll try to do another video that's 5 minutes or less. And let me know if you need anything. I would love to help out. Obviously my setup is kind of weird because I'm in my bedroom. And my lighting's kind of weird, so I'll keep working on that. But if you need anything, let me know, and I would love to help. See ya.